Well, are we losing some more freedoms today?
For you now, the TSA says it may start testing your drink after you already have cleared the security checkpoint.
Really?
This is another example of the TSA taking their power too far.
Way too far.
U.S. Border Patrol agents detaining a 96-year-old former governor of Arizona after his pacemaker went off. Raul Castro says he wasn't mistreated, but the agents could have been more considerate because of his age and condition. Right?
All right, thank you very much, Greg. Hey, there are new
This is the one.
the United Nations push to regulate guns across the globe. The treaty being
Here's why Fast and Furious was concocted in the first place.
New international standards would be created to regulate the exchange of weapons between countries. It's being backed by the president, but our next guest says the treaty could jeopardize national security, which was why President Bush was against it.
He can't take over if he don't have our guns.
Ted Bromond. Ted, this is to ban small arms transfers to other nations, correct?
Small arms and everything from bullets to battleship. This is going to be a gigantic treaty covering all possible weapons.
So, for example, why do you feel as though this is going to target Israel and the U.S. specifically?
Well, the treaty is going to set up some human rights standards, supposedly, to govern these transfers of weapons. But if you take a look at the UN's record, they're relentlessly critical of Israel. They're relentlessly critical of the United States. They don't talk about what Russia is doing in Syria, what Iran is doing in Syria. They focus on us and Israel and a few others.
So in theory, if 193 nations sign off on it, and President Obama wants to sign off on it where President Bush didn't in 2006, in theory, this should rein in a lot of the illegal guns to the Taliban, to the outlaw groups, to terrorist nations.
Hey, if I thought that, I would support this treaty 100%. But treaties are like laws. They're only respected by nations that actually believe in and uphold law. That's the kind of country the United States is, but it's not the kind of country that Russia and China are. So if we sign this treaty, we'll respect it. They sign it, they're not going to respect it.
So for example, if we want to do a deal and we want to sell to an opposition group, let's say in Syria, and now the UN will have control of that, they'll say, no, we don't want you to do that, and we won't do it?
No, it's even better than that. What's going to happen is, if we want to sell rebels to the arms to the rebels in Syria, we would have to go to the Syrian government to get their permission to arm rebels inside Syria.
Oh,
I don't think they're going to give that permission.
And do you think in
I
a
kinda
million
doubt
years
it.
that the Russians in a similar situation, when they want to back a group like that, is actually going to get permission from the government they're fighting against?
Hell no.
There's no way. This kind of treaty will never restrain nations that don't